Guys, I'm going to try to go over this again and try to explain it a little bit more clear for you guys that are still confused. I had a couple students log on yesterday to the Google Meet because they were confused, and I think actually talking to them on the Google Meet, being able to answer questions and stuff, and them listen to me explain it, kind of live, it helped them a lot more. So that's why I want to do those Google Meets, at least, one or two times a week. So you guys that have questions, don't wait till, Wednesday or Thursday and ask, or you say you don't know what to do and you've already wasted 2 or 3 days not doing no work instead of asking me on Monday. Because I don't mind getting on Google Meet with you individually if you can meet at certain times, but you guys got to let me know, because if you don't let me know, then I'm not going to know who's struggling, who's not. Um, so I'm going to explain it the way that I explained it to the ones on the Google Meet. So basically, these first 3 slides, just kind of an overview. This is all a project. All right, so don't worry about all that stuff up there. All right, so this is like the most important slide. So slide 4, you have POCA. Basically, this is like a brainstorming guide. So what this is basically what is required for your project. So let's start out with P. So P is your problem. All right, so looking at this, so what is your problem that you want to talk about? So basically what we're doing is you're going to pick an issue dealing with fresh water to talk about. Your project is going to be on something dealing with fresh water and an issue. All right, so that's what your project's on. Now, it all depends on what you want to choose. All right, so next, look at what has been happening recently around the world. All right, now I posted this document for you to look at. So this right here is an easy way to go ahead and find your topic. All right, this will help you find a topic quick, and I already gave you the article. So let's pick Michigan. All right, so let me just say, first off, basically all of this is just links. All right, so you can choose anything from human impact, the poverty, natural disasters, anything like that. All right, so you can choose any one of these topics, and here are the links to learn more about them. All right, so let's just say that I'm going to pick Michigan. All right, so this is what I want to do for my topic. This is going to be my project right here. My whole project is going to be about Michigan and toxic water on what it talks about in this article. So that's what I'm choosing. So the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on here. All right, now basically most of them are articles. All right, so you can read it all and then start going back, or you can read through it little by little as you answer certain questions. All right, so basically to cut this short, this topic is about Michigan. I've already read this one and I already did the examples and that stuff, so it's gonna be quicker for me to go over with you guys. So without me reading all this to you, this article right here, this issue is about Michigan and how they are receiving copper and iron in their water supply, affecting people, drinking, anything like that. So they're experiencing a lot of copper and lead. All right, which is not good. All right, it's not good for you to drink all that stuff. So that's the issue. So right now, going back to this, I'm already done with my issue. So I already know what I want to talk about. My issue is Michigan's toxic water that's containing too much copper and too much iron. All right, that is my issue. So you already have P done. All right, P, all you have to do is pick one of these links. All you have to do is pick one and then read it. All right, once you have picked that and you read it, you're going to go to O, which is options. So options, I want you to research 3 options that could be solutions to this issue. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to come up with 3 options that you think could stop the issue. All right, for in this case, I'm going to try to come up with 3 options that would stop copper and iron in Michigan's water supply. All right, so an example would be one of my options. One, all right, you can come up with these, your imagination, or you can come up or Google and see what Google has. But for example, one of my options for Michigan to reduce that copper and iron in their water supply is create a filter. Create a filter that goes on people's sinks. When it goes on their sink, basically they turn their water on and then it'll filter out that copper and iron. All right, so that could be one option right there, is a filter to go on someone's sink. All right, so that is one. You had to do two more. Okay, so I gave you one option. That's all it is something that can cause Michigan's water to have less copper and iron. All right, so you're just looking for whatever can help your issue. All right, so moving on to C, consequences. So think critically about each option you have come up with and list the potential impacts and side effects. All right, so in a nutshell, this is basically talking about what are the pros and cons. The pros are the goods, the cons are the bad. So what are the pros and what are the cons for your options? All right, so for this one, all you're doing is saying what's good about your three options. All right, for example, what is good about that filter? The pros for that filter are they're easy. It'd be very easy for people to put that on their sink instead of having to do a whole bunch of digging or a whole bunch of other stuff on the ground. That affects the house and businesses, anything like that. So the filters are very easy and very quick. That's a pro. A negative or a con would be they might be expensive. People might not be able to afford them. You have to change the filter every so often. So there are the bad or the side effects that you have to think about with that filter. So just list the pros and cons, the good and the bad for each one. All right, so you're going to have three different options. All you need to do is talk about what's good about each one and what's bad about each one. All right, your actions. So what is your course of action? What is this talking about is what you're going to do. How are you going to create these options, or how are you going to get them spread it? How are you going to get them started? All of that. All right. So moving on, when it says create a SMART goal, don't overthink this. A SMART goal is this. So we're looking on the next slide. You can click here where it says worksheet. Click on that. Now this SMART goal is just a little worksheet that can kind of help you. You don't have to do this. This is just trying to help you figure out how you're going to get this stuff started for your action. So S, what do you want to accomplish? What do you want to accomplish? So for that example I gave you, I want to accomplish the goal. My goal is to decrease copper and iron in Michigan to help better the water supply. Who needs to be included? Who needs to be included is basically talking about, of course, me, someone that might have to invent the filter, someone to make the filter. I might need people to help me come up with ideas to create that filter or how to get it out to the public, where to sell it. When do you want to do this? So when do you want to do it? So are you looking at starting it now? Are you looking at starting it after a week or, something like that? Why is this a goal? This is a goal because you're trying to help reduce that copper and iron in Michigan. M, so measurable. How can you measure the progress and know if it's successful? So basically what this is, all right, so for example, if you did the filter, you could test the water from people's sinks before the filter. Then after you use the filter, test it to see if the copper and iron levels are either the same, less, or what. Did that filter actually help, or are they the same levels as before? All right, so that's what you're doing, is how do you know if your option is working? Is it working or is it just a waste of money? Do you have the skills required to achieve this goal? Basically, all this stuff is asking is, do you know what you need to do? Like, do you have the skills? And if not, what skills do you need, or what help do you need from somebody? You might have to get help from people to create this filter, to manufacture it, all that stuff. You're not going to be able to do it by yourself. All right. So what is the motivation? The motivation is back to what we were talking about. What's the purpose of this? You're trying to reduce that copper and iron. Okay. So you're trying to help Michigan. Let's see. So the last thing is the amount of effort required on a par with the goal. So all the effort, are you talking about, are you putting in enough effort and time to try to create this filter and get it working for people? So why am I setting this goal now? Why are you setting this goal? Because the copper and iron is only getting worse for Michigan and the people need help. All right. T, what is the deadline and is it realistic? What's the deadline? All right. Nothing that you do is going to happen in one day or even 1 week. Okay. So how long do you think this is going to take? Is it going to take a month or 2 months? Possibly it'll take a month or two to even start creating that filter and then get it manufactured. Then you're looking at like another 2 to 3 months to test it out. Then another month to start selling them, putting commercials out, selling at Walmart, Amazon, anything like that. All right. Is it realistic? Realistic means, can it actually work? Can you actually create this? Or is it so unrealistic that there's no way that this could ever work? All right. A filter is definitely realistic. You definitely could have that happen. All right. So, that's kind of on your opinion. What do you think realistic is and what's not? If you don't think it could happen, it's more likely not realistic. All right, so that's what I was saying for this. So this right here is just to kind of help you answer a couple questions. All right, you don't have to fill it out. You don't have to do nothing with this, okay? Just for your guidance. All right, now you're done with this. So now this right here is the slide that you're getting all your information from. So once you have done answer all these questions, now you'll go and you'll see where it says final product. So final product, you have choice 1, choice 2, choice 3. So let me go and repeat. You can either do infograph, a letter, or a poster. You only have to choose one. All right. So for your final product, after you already got all your information from the brainstorming guide, you're going to choose either an infograph, a letter, or a scientific poster to put all that information. All right. So this is just the way that you're going to apply it. So you can either do this infograph, which you can look on Google, look up infograph templates, something like that, and they're free. All right, so you can use that. All you do is go in there and put all that information in your infograph. All the information that you got from this slide, your problem, your options, the pros, the cons, and how you're going to do it, you're just putting it into this infograph. All right, that's it. Just put that information in this infograph. Or you can do a letter. So you can write a letter to me or whoever saying, you're trying to persuade me why I should choose your options. Why do I think your options are important to Michigan? Why do I think I should choose you? Are they real? Like, all you're doing is putting all that information in that letter to make me say, hey, okay, I want to give them a chance. All right, I'm going to help them produce this product. Okay, so the letter is just all the information in a letter form. All right. Or the last thing, you can do a poster. So a poster, you can buy a poster board. You can do one online. You can just put some pieces of paper together, tape them, or staple them together so it's a bigger board, and either write down or print out your information and put it on a poster. All right, just like a regular poster you would at school. All you're doing is putting that information on a poster. Presentations, don't worry about that. It's kind of too late now, but this project timeline, day 1, you were supposed to start researching. Day 2, you were supposed to kind of start getting all your information together and start the product. Day 3, work on your product. Day 4, I want you to work on your product. Day 5, I want you to work on your product and turn it in today, in that day. Okay, so Friday, I want the projects turned in. There's no presentations because we're not in class. All right, so this is just kind of when you should work on it. All right, so, all you had this week was 2 videos of notes that you just kind of had to listen, and then this project. I wanted to make sure you had a week for this project to make sure that you didn't wait or you had enough time to do everything. It's not as hard as you think. You just kind of got to make sure you're paying attention and just answer these 4 questions here and then put it on one final product. Okay. Guys, you got to make sure that you're checking your emails in your Google Classroom so you're not looking at stuff the last minute and then all of a sudden it's Wednesday or Thursday and you didn't know you had work, all right? And then you're struggling to get it done Friday, okay? Because school is back online, all right? Last week was spring break. Spring break's over now, all right? So make sure you're paying attention. You need to be paying attention to your email, all right? Don't wait till the last minute to email me and say that you don't know what to do because you didn't look at your email or you didn't check, all right? So make sure you're staying and logging in or have it on your phone or some of the easiest ways to have your email on your phone so you can see as soon as somebody emails you, all right? I'm not saying for you to stay on your computer all the time, but you need to have your emails checked at least once a day, especially in the morning. Every morning when you wake up, check that, all right? So I hope this helped a little bit more. Don't overthink it. If you have any more questions, let me know. You need to make sure that you email me, let me know. Pay attention to the Google Meet time so you can get on there and I can help you as well on there. All right, so like I said, if you have any questions, just let me know, all right?